Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the new makeup release tag that was created by Angelica Nikovic. I'm going to tell you all my thoughts of everything that came out this year. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty and I like to create a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, and I like to do a lot on indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. I'm excited to be doing another new makeup release tag. I think I did this last year and maybe the year before, but I know for sure I did it last year. And I saw Angelica's video come up again. I was like, oh yeah, that tag, I need to do it. She always creates some really good kind of content to do and tag, so I am going to do it again this year and go over all of the releases and the questions. I'll link her channel below, but I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, already know about her and probably watch her channel. I am going to get into all of the questions and everything, but before we get into this tag, I did film this look in case you're curious. I have the Cosmic Beauty Undergrowth palette on my eyes, and I have some cheek products from the Uden's Eye, here we go, Luminous and Shadow collection. I just did a video with this look as well as for 3 other palettes, so the video should be up before this one, so I'll link it below, put it in the corner in case you want to see how I did this. And of course my makeup will always be linked in the description in case you're ever wondering. So now we can get into all the questions within this tag. So the first question is, what mainstream releases lived up to the hype most this year? And I have quite a few of them. So for sure, the Urban Decay Facebond foundation. This is crazy good. Great if you have a oily skin type, and it feels super lightweight. It has amazing coverage. I think the shades are not the most perfect for me, but I was really impressed by this and the longevity, and it's just nice to find a product that will actually last on my oily skin type. I am combination oily, like right here, forehead, all that gets super oily. Now I will be doing a video on like 2024 favorites, and I'm pretty sure that will be in it. And then the Rare Beauty blushes, I love these. They're super glowy and gorgeous. I'm a sucker for a glowy blush. They're very lightweight on the cheeks. Now I think some people felt like they were too sheer. I feel like maybe the lighter ones are like that. You kind of have to build them up, but the darker ones definitely have more pigment to the base. But I love all the shades that I have, both in the lighter and in deeper tones. And I also thought this Too Faced, I think this is the Chocolate Souffle Melting Sculpting Stick, is stunning. Like one of the best bronzer sticks that I've ever tried. And I love that it leans a little cool tone. It has a chocolatey smell. It's gorgeous. It's blendy. It's creamy. It's totally worth the hype. So I would mention those products. I'm sure there's other ones that I could mention, but those are the ones that really stood out to me. And then the next question is, what indie releases lived up to the hype most this year? And honestly, I could name so many releases that came out this year, especially with palettes like the Harvest of Souls palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. My first time trying the brand. Absolutely stunning. All of the palettes that came out from Beaute Bar, like the Vamp palette, gorgeous. The Poison Garden palette, gorgeous. So good. Like the color stories on a lot of the releases this year from indie brands have been stunning, and the formula has just been out of this world. Even the Wicked Widow Beauty Tales of Terror. I just did a video on this palette if you want to see more. So good. But I have done a video on all of these palettes. The Underland one from Ensley Reign. I mean, I could go on and on. This was a year of amazing indie palettes. Like the ones from Ensley Reign. The other ones like the Cold Moon. Like I could go on and on forever. So indie brands really killed it this year, especially with their eyeshadow palettes. And then we're going on to the next. What releases did not live up to the hype? And I mean, I don't think I really tried the ones that I didn't think lived up to the hype, but I would mention, I think the AC Nude collection from Huda Beauty, that one was just like super underwhelming, overly light, and heavy on the pink tones, and then the whole marketing like this is our last palette ever thing. I just feel like it was kind of a cash grab, and from what I can see, a lot of people didn't really love that palette. I didn't pick it up myself because it just didn't speak to me and looked a little too light and just underwhelming. I was expecting more, and I don't know why, because Huda Beauty loves to stick with like the pinky tones. But I think Angelica also mentioned that one as well. The Patrick Ta releases this year, the duals I heard were not like that great, and they were overly priced, like $42 I think for 2 shades of shimmers. Like really, indie brands are killing it, and you're gonna charge that much for some basic shimmery shades. I mean, I don't know if I've seen anyone really that excited about it. I'm sure the formula is good. I just don't think it was probably worth that price, and it blew people's mind that it was that expensive. And I heard other releases from Patrick Ta that were like really hyped up weren't that great. I think they make like a foundation powder compact. I don't know. I don't really follow a lot of like mainstream releases, and I mean, I'm sure there's other ones, but those are the first ones, or those are the ones I can think of, and I'm pretty sure Angelica mentioned those. And then the next one is, what was the biggest curveball? So the weirdest releases that I saw, I am going to mention one that Angelica mentioned, which was the Elf and the Stanley cup collab. That was a little different, you know, like I was not expecting that. But sometimes Elf has these very out of the norm kind of collabs, just out of random that they do. Didn't they do one with Chipotle? I think they did. But I know that's geared it to like the Gen Zs and the younger generation. I don't even own a Stanley cup. I have like a knockoff one that kind of looks like it, but it's like a generic brand. But people are insane about those Stanley cups. I saw a video of people like waiting for like the newest cup to come out in Target, and they're like fighting over the cups, and I was like, wow, the hype is real over those Stanley cups. So I mean, I guess it was a good money grab for Elf to do something like that. And then they have like the little holder on the Stanley cup, something like that. Or like where you could put your lip product on it. I don't know. I just thought that was very interesting. And another one that like was like, what? When I saw it was the one with, I have it written here on the screen because I knew I was going to forget. The one with Burts and Hidden Valley Branch. Was anyone expecting that? I'm always thrown off when makeup brands do collabs with like random food products like buffalo sauce, or you know, just like things you wouldn't expect, and they're like vegetable scents or flavors, and I was like, what is going on here? Like, where did they come up with this idea? Like Hidden Valley was just like, we need to collab and do lip balms, or did Burt's Bee was like, we need someone to collab with Hidden Valley Ranch. That's it. That is gonna make us the money. Like, don't you guys think that's just so weird when brands do that with random like food products? So that one was a curveball. I don't know who picked it up. Did any of y'all pick it up? Because if you did, I would love to hear your thoughts. And then the next question is, what was the biggest letdown Snoozefest of this year? I would say a lot of the Glamlite releases, the collabs that they've been doing have just been like, you know, nothing has excited me at all. Their Halloween collabs, did they do one with Hostess? I mean, they're always doing like with foods or like horror movies, and I feel like there's no real thought in the color stories anymore with their releases, and they're all collabs. Like, I miss when Glamlite did their own thing, made their own lines. Like, all they do is collabs now, and it kind of seems like just a cash grab to get people to buy their products because they're collabing with like a certain thing, theme, or movie. And it's just like, why give us more? Like, what was the one with the like the little puppet things, the trick-or-treat ones? It was just like, everything's so underwhelming, and it doesn't seem like there's any thought in actually creating like beautiful color stories and bringing something new. And I have heard like a lot of people having issues with their products coming from Glamlite, and it makes me sad because I used to really love Glamlite. Like, I was a diehard fan, but I have not purchased anything from them all year because I haven't been interested in anything that they've been coming out, and I feel like they're just not the brand that I originally fell in love with. So I do feel like their ones have been total letdowns. I feel like the Pat Mcgrath holiday collection and a lot of the Pat Mcgrath releases have also been Snoozefest. Like, they're just the typical color stories. Like, they just keep regurgitating the same kind of releases with maybe different packaging, slightly different artwork. But at the end of the day, they all end up looking the same. The holiday releases, like, I just want more from this brand. And I really do love a lot of things from Pat Mcgrath. Like, I like their blushes. I like their highlighters. I think they have really nice complexion products. But when it comes to their eyeshadows, it's like always a letdown. And they're just, you know, used to be like this dreamy brand that I always was like, I can't wait to own their shadows. And then when I got it, it was like, this is it. And they just, I feel like they could do more. I mean, they got the money. Give us more. People want to see something different, not the same thing every year. The same holiday collection with slightly different packaging, slightly different setup. So those two are just, I don't know. They have been Snoozefest and overall letdowns, and I think that's the consensus with a lot of people. Then the next question is, what is the unsung heroes of 2024? And I had to really think about this. The only one that like really came to my mind, or the only things, was first the Cosmic Dreamer palette from Ensley Reign. I feel like this one had the least hype out of all of Ensley Reign's palettes, and this one is one of the most beautiful ones. I think I put this top 2 in my ranking of Ensley Reign palettes, or maybe it was in like number 3. I can't fully remember. I barely can remember an hour ago, but this has the most beautiful color story. It's got color, it's got grunge, it's got cool tones and warm tones, and for some reason this didn't get enough praises as like their other releases, like their Cold Moon palette and some of their other ones that came out this year. Like the Underline one is gorgeous, but this one, I don't know. I just didn't think it got a lot of hype, so I definitely think that was an unsung hero. Then the other unsung hero of 2024, I think, is ItsBel Cosmetics as a brand. And I'm just sad that they decided to close up shop, because I really adored them. I really loved what the brand stood for. I loved that they always were fair in their pricing and very thoughtful in their releases, and a super transparent brand. And I just feel like they didn't get enough love and hype and attention that they deserve. And I'm not saying this just because I had a collab with ItsBel, even though I'm so happy about this. It just shows that I really love this brand and what they were about, and was so here for doing a collab with them. And we got nothing but positive feedback about this collection. Like, everyone seems to really love this palette, and this will always be so special to me, as well as the blush and highlighter palette. And so thank you to all of you that did pick it up and gave me such positive feedback. It just makes my day every time I see like me tagged in my like collab, or people sharing it online. It just was so special to me. But besides that, overall the brand was amazing. Like the Full Moon palette, or Under the Full Moon palette, was so good, and it didn't get a lot of hype as I think it should have. It was a cool, different kind of concept for a moon palette. There was a little grunge with these cool tones. All of the shades performed really well. I think they make amazing lip products, and they were always in the affordable range, and always cared about making their products accessible. So I definitely think ItsBel Cosmetics was one of those unsung heroes of this year, and I hope the brand comes out better than ever. I think they're going to rebrand, come out with a different name, and I expect greatness from them. But I just wanted to mention that because I'm so sad to see like a really good brand go away. Then the next question is, what was the best holiday release this year? And oh my, that is really hard to say. There were so many different holiday releases that I thought were amazing, especially during the Halloween season. Like, so many good ones I could go on and on about. I thought the Harvest of Souls palette was a really, really good Halloween launch. The Vamp palette from Beaute Bar, totally obsessed with this Poison Garden palette. Such a good Halloween release. And then for like Christmas, the Fearless Holiday palette from DedeSignature. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm obsessed. So pretty. Love the color story. Love the packaging. I also think the Wicked Widow palette. This new one, the Tales of Terror for Halloween, is beautiful. And I also just reviewed this, the Frozen Kiss palette from Gourmande Girls. Also another beautiful holiday release. Like, look how stunning this palette is. So gorgeous. Like, there was a lot of good ones that have come out this year for different holidays. And I'll do this as an honorable mention, but I also have the Cosmic Beauty 'Tis the Season palette, which I have not actually featured on my channel, but a video will be coming soon. But look at this color story. Like, isn't this one of the most perfect Christmas color story holiday palettes? And I'm sure it's going to be good because Cosmic Beauty has a great formula. So I had to mention this one as well because I have no doubt that this is going to be really good. But check out for that video. It should be coming soon. I'm going to use it with their Sinister box, which I also thought was a cool like kind of Halloween launch that they did. But I mean, I could list so many other ones that I thought were really good. I'm telling you, it was the year of amazing indie palettes. And then the next question was, what was the best collab of 2024? And I have to stop myself from mentioning my own collab, okay? I am biased because it's my collab. But besides that, I thought the Lethal and Avatar collab was really, really good. Like, I use these multi-chrome liners all the time. You guys see me always including these in my looks that I do. They're so good. I honestly want them to expand on this formula and give us more shades. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Lethal and Avatar collab, but those are good. I thought the packaging was stunning. Like, their lippies were so beautiful and like intricate designs. And the palettes that they did on like the elements and the little aqua bag I thought was behind me. It's right here. So cute. I thought that was one of the best collabs in terms of design, and how they execute it was really, really good. The other collab that I wanted to mention was also the legendary Diversa 2 collection with Udensai and Annette, Judy, and Tina. I thought they were all really beautiful. I really did like the second round. The lippies I thought were really beautiful. And like the Spring Dragon palette, the Earthwood one, the Mighty Monster one. I did see someone saying they didn't like the Mighty Monster palette, but I actually loved all of them in terms of the color stories, and I didn't have any issues with any of the palettes. So I also thought that was a stunning collab that came out. Then the last question is, what are your predictions for the releases during next year? And for sure, I think matte lippies. Angelica also mentioned that, but I have been noticing towards the end of this year that more brands have been coming out with more matte like lipsticks, but more in like that comfort matte formula, which I'm so excited for. I love those kind of lippies. It to be more long wearing but still comfortable and not feel like it's drying out your lips. I do feel like brands have gotten their formulas even better than what used to be back in like 2016, where you'd have like the driest matte liquid lipstick of your life, but it wouldn't go anywhere, but your lips would literally dry out completely. I feel like they're really getting better at making comfort matte lippies. So I think that will continue to be the trend, since I've been seeing it towards the end of this year, as well as stick complexion products. I do feel like I've noticed a lot more of them coming out through like mid-year and on, and I feel like that's going to continue to be a trend. I think people are way more into convenience products, easy to apply, on the go, the travel girly thing, and I do think we'll see more of that. Also, like Angelica said, rising prices. I think that is definitely going to be a thing. Everything is getting expensive, especially like with shipping. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I feel like shipping prices have gone up so much. Like, whenever I do an order, I feel like it's like double to triple the price now with shipping. I also do feel like we're gonna see more brands start to close, like some smaller brands. Like, what's going on with Ace Beaute? I mean, they're there, but they're not really releasing anything, and I feel like there's other brands that have kind of been a little bit dormant or coming out with very few things. So I don't want that to happen for brands, but I feel like that's going to also continue to be a trend as well during next year. It's not releases, but it's a prediction of what I think is going to happen in the beauty like space. But that was all of the questions, all of my thoughts, all of the releases that I wanted to mention. Hopefully you guys found this video interesting and enjoyable to watch, and I would love to now hear what are your thoughts in the comments below. What would you say to these different questions what would be your answers. I would love to hear from all of y'all. Also, if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the questions in the description. I will have my answers as well, like the products that I mentioned for each question. And I will also have Angelica's channel, since she is the creator of this tag and inspired this. So definitely check her out if you already haven't. I'm sure you guys have. And I will have my makeup linked and all of that, other videos you might be interested in watching. And I will have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy_beauty and Breezy Lifestyle. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really, really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting my channel. I just think you guys are all so amazing, and I just hope all of you are having a wonderful holiday season so far. And just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.